Right. It is 3:55 in the morning. I'm gonna mess up my sleeping schedule, but that's okay. I know the lighting's bad. It's not the best. I'm gonna work on it. Got the sunset lamp behind me that I borrowed from my sister-in-law. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I am extremely tired, but I feel like this video needed to be recorded. Shut up my new gear at the park today. I wish I used my gimbal a lot more because I bought this way back when. It's a Crane, Zhiyun Crane M2. It's an amazing gimbal. It's super portable, super small. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it. So, long story short, what that means is that you'll be seeing a lot more steady footage in my videos. Then I also have the first generation DJI Mavic Pro. It's great, really good quality, especially for how old it is. It's in 4K, but I just need to figure out the limitations when it comes to having a drone license and the places that I'm able to fly in as opposed to being in restricted areas. And I also need to figure out, color grading settings on it because it's kind of like it looks weird, and long story short. Other than that, I'm really happy with the equipment I have. I did go over a video of all the lenses I have, which, you guys can check. And on top of that, I just bought the new small rig Magic Arm, which is a tool that every creator has been using because you can get like cool POV shots. I'm gonna try and replicate it in the same way and a twist in my own style. I understand that quality of my videos aren't the best according to my standards because I know I can do way more and up the quality of my videos, which is what I'm trying to do, not only for my personal content, but for my business content as well. And the biggest thing is like to show you, not just to tell you, because that's what creates more engaging video and tells a story. Me sitting here talking to you guys about what I've done doesn't really add proof or evidence to what I've actually done. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit more.
Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room.
First,
Fears
I'm
on me,
tasting
fears just
pumpkin
getting
pie.
started. I get a little gray hair for every scare you share. Those aren't meant to bend. No,
Yeah.
those aren't meant to
I think it's
bend.
good.
Mm-hmm.
A little cinnamony. I like it. It's good.
That's really good. You gotta try it with whipped cream.
This week, I'm going to lock down, really sit myself down and do at least 20 cold calls. Bro, I have this huge hesitation to do cold calls. But if I can just sit down, I don't care how bad it gets. I don't care how many rejections I get. I'm going to sit down and do at least 20 cold calls. That's my goal. I'm going to do it. And you guys are going to watch. And you guys are going to witness it. What I've noticed when it comes to my personal content, well, first of all, I had posted a video about my weight loss journey, and that's the most amount of views and engagement that I've had. So what I'm gonna do is really try to capitalize on that and talk about more about my weight loss journey because right now I'm fat. I would consider myself fat, not like in a degrading way, but in a way of like I know I'm not the best physical peak that I can achieve. My goal is 185, but that's like the heaviest tip top shape that I'd like to maintain. But I would guess that if I wanted to really be shredded and have all my muscles show, I'd probably have to be 170. And the reason why I'm choosing those is because it's the same weight classes for the UFC and in MMA. But I don't look anything like Israel Adesanya because those guys cut down from 205 to 185. If I were to fight, realistically, those bigger guys are cutting down to potentially fight a smaller guy. So if I were to fight at my height and my age and my weight, it'd probably be like 170. Anyways, what I noticed about my personal content and how productive I am in creating content, it comes in seasons. It usually comes during fall and winter season. I'll post a bunch of content during fall and winter season, and then I'll fall off. It's mainly because of fear, discouragement, a lack of motivation, and a lack of discipline. But I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to look into the future knowing myself and not post content in the next season. Usually during those seasons, I'd post in September and then it's a straight streak for about a couple months and then I just give up. Huge tool that I'm absolutely falling in love with is Buffer. Buffer lets you schedule your post and the paid plan, which is I think like $15 a month, depending on how much channels that you'd like to manage. I, for example, have 4 channels. I paid I think 180 to $200 a month and you can post unlimited amount of posts. I mean, it's not unlimited because if you click on the drop down menu, it does say 2000, but who's really going to do 2000 posts a day? And if you are, you're insane. And I give props to you. But Buffer is awesome. The only thing wrong with Buffer is that you can't choose your thumbnail and it's not very customizable. And along with that, you can't choose the music when you post on Buffer, the trending sounds that, Instagram or TikTok allows you to choose. So you have to put it before you post it in edit. Buffer's amazing because it just saves so much time and relieves so much stress because, I would do it manually. I'd set personal alarms for myself, be like, hey, I post at this time. It's either that or I just completely forget to post at a specific time. It is literally the perfect social media managing tool. I do plan to try to look into social media marketing tools as well when it comes to analytics and the numbers and what A/B testing and all that. I'm learning, guys. I'm literally learning not only the creative process again, but going side by side with Jasmine when it comes to the marketing and social media managing aspect of it. This realm wasn't taboo to me. I just didn't capitalize and utilize it, especially with the people around me, aka Jasmine, teaching me about this stuff. So it's really interesting learning about this stuff. So today, basically, I wrote my first paid ad script along with footage that I'll be recording and because I'm paying for these ads, I want this to be the best ad in the world. And this first ad will be catered to clients here in Hawaii because I truly want to help local businesses here in Hawaii. And I know my creative limitations and what I'm able to achieve because when you look at other paid ads on social media, they're not personalized. They don't have good hooks. They People will pay for an ad and just expect clients to flow in. I really want this first ad, and I'm going to show you guys and the process of making it to just be outstanding. And I understand that I might not get as much views, as much engagements, as much likes or shares with this first ad, but deep down, I just want to know that I did my best. And yeah, I'm really excited for this first paid ad. I really am. Now, for the longest time, I did all my research that I could so far, and I'm still learning on how to tell a good story, but that was mainly for long form content. Now that I'm posting on shorts and I'm paying for a short form ad, I'm learning, especially from Jasmine, how to have a good hook and how to have a good CTA, all that marketing aspect of the creative process. And the two go hand in hand. And I think there was a quote by Pharrell. I'll probably put it up right here. And he said something along,
Creativity without business is usually victimization.
Yeah. Yeah.
And business without creativity is a waste of fucking time.
and I really resonate with that. And I don't want this creative work of mine to go to waste of unlocking my potential and also, financially. But it's mainly for unlocking my potential. I'm really going to go all out on this first paid ad.
White demon, where's your selfish kid?
It's rolling in mud.
A huge thing that I've been thinking about as well is how am I ahead and what advantages do I have right now that would make me ahead of people in my position? One, I have the baseline of all tech that I need, and that's about it. I do have freelancing experience, so I'm trying to compare myself to a person who wants to start a creative agency or even a business in general. I think the number one thing that I am lacking is connections and networking with other people. I want to put myself out there to network with other people. I want to go to events. I want to talk to other filmmakers. I want to talk to different video editors. And being in a different country for the past 5 years, I've really isolated myself to not make those connections. Another thing that would make me ahead of most people is I have experience freelancing as an individual as opposed to someone who is just starting a creative agency and just like pouring out money because they know a creative agency makes money. And I've worked with people like that. I know what it means to work on the creative process. And I've worked with people who will look at a video and not notice the small details within a video edit or even how a shot is framed. And a lot of people you'll work with, especially as a freelancer, really don't care about that stuff. They don't care about the equipment you have, and they don't know what it means to have good quality content. They just know that they'll make money off of it. I'd say that sets me ahead, but not far enough to learn the business aspect of creating your own business, which is what I'm trying to do. And the reason why I'm reflecting on this is because I'm trying to bring myself and humble myself to be grateful about the things that I have now. I'm constantly praying and I'm constantly thanking God about my position, but I still have this deep desire to succeed even more. I do understand that there are people who don't have the tools that I have. There's this dude on TikTok or Instagram. He lives in his car. I think he's a musician or a rapper who lives in his car, and his literal laptop is disconnected from his screen is disconnected from the keyboard, and he still makes music off of that. There are people who will utilize every single tool that they have to succeed. And I don't want to give myself any excuses. And I have a really bad habit of needing the best thing. I'm the type of guy that when I buy something, even if it's not the best thing, I have to convince myself that it's enough. For example, one of my cameras is a Sony a6000. In my head, although it doesn't shoot 4K, I'm thinking to myself, the way Instagram compresses 4K video is really bad. So I don't need 4K video. I have that mentality of I don't deserve the best things, the best equipment, the best tech, which is why I have to meet the bare minimum or the baseline of tech. Another advantage that I have is I still work a 9 to 5 job, which I'm extremely grateful for. But now I work at home instead of the office, which allows me to focus on my business, aka record these videos, because a lot of people don't have time. And I should be grateful that I do. There are people who have 2, 3 jobs and they're juggling everything all at once and still doing what they love, still following their passion, and still building a business. I have no excuses whatsoever. On top of that, aside from connections and networking with people in my field, I truly have a great support system when it comes to my family, when it comes to the small group of friends that I have. They're always going to be there. I have felt what it's like to be lonely, and I don't want to go back to that. So I'm truly grateful for the people who I have now in my life. And if you're watching, I love you guys. I think what I'm lacking now is networking and connecting with people in my field. By connecting with more people, I'll have more of a stronger referral program. It's just by word of mouth and being like, hey, Jerome, he has a creative agency and he can set you up to succeed through social media. Why is a small island? And it's definitely an island, well, specifically on the west side. I feel like everybody knows each other here or knows of each other here. It's more tight knit over here as opposed to East Honolulu. Um, because that's where the tourists are. There are some amazing creators here on the island. Amazing creators. Trying to humble myself, trying to be more grateful. Looking at my position right now and constantly reminding myself just to thank God for what I have today.
Oh my god.